Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Boruto episode 287. So, here we are, I think, with manga content, right? At least I was told around 287. I can't remember if I was told manga content starts on 287 or after 287. But either way, we should have it this episode or next episode. So, but based off the way the arc seems like it concluded in the last episode, I imagine we're good to go. So, and I also noticed when I was getting this episode prepped, I was like, I wonder how many are left, because I know hiatus is still ongoing, and I believe there are only 7 episodes left counting this one. So not much longer until Boruto is going to be ending for me, which is really weird because I started doing reactions as Boruto being one of 2 shows. I started off only doing 2 shows at once. It was Boruto and Steins Gate Zero is what I started my channel with. So Boruto was already started. I didn't start when Boruto started, right? But I started late, and now we're almost caught up to the hiatus, which is pretty crazy. So it's gonna be weird not doing Boruto for a little bit. Obviously, I'll be picking up Boruto again the second it starts up again and everything, but it's gonna be different. It's gonna be weird. But we will be replacing Boruto with a different show, and I think I'm just gonna be picking the show. I don't think I'm gonna be voting for it. So that'll be just because there's a show that I really want to do, and so I don't want to put it to a vote. So figure I'll use that slot. I already do a bunch of polls. I have another poll coming up here soon anyway, so and that way I can do one for me. But by the way, just I can say it because I'm most likely gonna do it. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 I really want to do. I've been wanting to do it since I saw it airing. I just didn't get around to it because I think that was the same season that Bleach aired, and I chose to watch that for some reason instead, even though I'm sure Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 is probably better than Bleach, so at least the new Bleach. I miss old Bleach, man. Anyway, sorry, ranting aside, let's start this episode and see what we get into. I think we're supposed to be getting into code stuff, right? Is just what this show has seemed to hint towards. So yeah, let's get started here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh shit. Right out the gate with a Shiki and code. This is where we left off with code, right? We saw this at the end. Guys just need to stop devouring planets. Just die a normal death. And move on. That animation shot, or that drawing of code for a second there looked a little lacking. Hmm. Jesus. Hmm. We saw all that before, right? Or did we not see that last bit about, like, go and devour countless planets? Oh, shit. Claw marks. Alright. I have I guess, a question that I don't want answered, but regarding the Otutsuki. If, like, the will of the Otutsuki, I guess I can say it now while the opening's going on. If the will of the Otutsuki is to devour countless planets until you become a god, what does that mean for the other Otutsuki, right? Like, do they then worship you as a god, or do they then try and surpass you? Or do they just try to become your equal by also devouring planets and become gods as well? Like, if one person becomes a god or several people become a god, then you're not really a god, right? I mean, I guess there's multiple gods in some mythologies and stuff, in some religions. But it doesn't seem like the Otutsuki are out to try to get one person to evolve to be a god, right? It seems like they're all out for themselves, kind of. That's the feeling I get, anyway. Oh, shit, that's like his headband, right? That's like the strap on Code's head, it almost looks like, right? Code's claw marks, eh? He looked like he had a really big head in that shot. I think it was just perspective. Get a little bit of Kara's theme back again. Ah. He can survive well enough in the cold because he's... Oh shit. He's not human, right? Ah, that's right. Interesting. It must be the person, like the... one of the people that animated this episode. But there's been several shots where it's almost like the focus is on the head. And then you see them do some kind of move. Like, we we had like the camera was like locked on Code's head while he was walking, and it looked a little awkward. And right here, we just had it where it was locked on Kawaki's head when he went to go sit down, and that looked a little awkward too. It must just be like a way that the one of the animators does things. Nice that they're reminding us of a bunch of little things, like Boruto taking the pills and stuff, though. What a weird power. Hmm. Can he teleport to the marks that he makes? Oh, yep, he can certainly come out of them. Okay. Jeez. Oh, well. What? Oh, he has one on him. Damn. Okay. Ah, shit. Is there a way to get rid of it? Oh, wait, so maybe he is human. My bad. I guess Kawaki isn't strictly human anymore, right? Either. He's also, like, most of his body is scientific ninja tool or whatever, so never mind. I guess he still could be. But at the very least, he started human, right? Whereas I don't know if some of the other ones started human. Like, like Delta and some of them. He went down on the claw marks, didn't he? Yep. Who is this guy? I feel like whenever people look jacked, it means they're, like, very weak. You just taking roids. Well, these guys. They are not worried in the least. Ooh, nice. Cool. Oh shit, look at that Kippo! Ugh! What kind of enhancers are these? This is why we had the dinosaur arc, so this guy can turn into a dinosaur. Some like Resident Evil shit, but not quite. Not as gruesome as Resident Evil. Oh shit, he can send other people's body parts through? He has the straps on him now, too. How does he get them on him? Hmm. Yeah. I remember that from the previous episodes. That he had, like, his limiter removed or something. Shit. Yeah, I never really expected these guys to put up a fight, but it's basically just to show off his strength. Yeah, that's what I thought of when we first saw him like poof and then come out of the claws. That's exactly what I thought of, was the yellow flash. Does Amado have any insight on how to deal with claw marks? I was about to say he's too busy fighting dinos, but that's right, that was in the past. Naruto's face looked a little, like, wide in that shot, didn't it? Maybe it's just the angle that he's looking. He looked a little weird, didn't he? Hmm. Do your best to protect me. So, Code's limiters aren't removed. I thought that was like a thing in the last arc that they were removed, but maybe that's the thing. Maybe it was that he can remove them, so he's gonna be coming after him. Maybe that's what it was. Is that why he's at Boro's hideout here? Are part of the steps to remove his limiters here? Man, they're all just out here. They have no idea. I guess how long has it been? Like, obviously we had a bunch of filler stuff, but I don't know that we really count that in, like, the timeline of the show. So I don't know how long it's been since from Jigen's death to now. But I guess they are kind of out here in the boonies, huh? Give me money. I'm scared of you, but give me money. Yeah, he's pretty strong. Even with his limiters on, what we just saw was pretty strong. What? Excuse me? Hmm. Huh, I'm confused. Pretty cool shot. And get stronger! Yeah! Alright. Her? Who be her? Ada. Hmm. We're gonna get to see her? Do we know her? Is that why they're not showing, like, a face yet? Oh. She's one of the people from the opening, isn't she? I bet she's the girl from the opening. Hmm. Oh shit. Well. Good morning! Believe. Oh. Alright. Very colorful. Okay. I kind of expected the build up to what she looks like to be like someone we knew, you know, but I don't think it's anyone we know. But I do believe that is the girl from the opening, right? I think I'd have to see again. Okay, so it came out of the strap, it didn't go through her. He said, this old guy said she's strong. Alright. That is it, guys, for episode 287. That was good. A lot of information, kind of getting back into the swing of things with, you know, where we left off. I like that it had, like, the little moments to remind us of, like, where it left off with Code and Boruto with the pills and stuff like that, because it's been a few, you know? Like, I know it wasn't super long ago that we had the pills for Boruto, but it does feel like it's been a while. I actually don't know how long it's been. I can't remember what episode we had the pills. Like, I've been taking notes. Like, where Heart of the Sea, Ikata, so that's all Funado arc still. Down to 234. Hibichigo, 233. Trying to, like, just go back in my episode. Wow, so it's been a while, hasn't it? Funado arc came after the last of the manga stuff, right? I think. So it has been a good chunk of time. Code is special, Code has karma, non-functional, Code has a limiter, stronger than Jigen, Will of the Otutsuki, successor, percentage of Otutsuki back in 219. Yeah, so 220, they talk about, like, Amado a little bit and stuff. Drugs slowed Kawaki's karma, medicine stopped progression. So I have all that in 220. So I think 220 might have been the last. That's actually a lot longer than I thought it was. We're on 287 and that's 220. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty nuts. But maybe there was, like, some talk about it and something else, like, in between that I'm forgetting. But either way, I'm not gonna, like, go through every little note from each episode all the way up. But yeah, I mean, watching one a week, that's like a year of, like, not having, that's like a year of filler stuff, right? So for me, but yeah, if some things are rusty, that's, like I just said, it's been like a year since I've seen that stuff. So but yeah, we have the Will of the Otutsuki, which I think we did get recapped on that. I think, obviously, I had Will of the Otutsuki written down before, so, but basically the goal is to just, you know, create this tree, eat the fruit, gain the power, destroys the world, moves on to a different planet. It's crazy, like, it needs to devour life, right? So does it need people on the planet to be able to harvest life from it, or do planets themselves have a life force, right? like, are there just that many sentient planets out there? That's like one of the craziest things when it comes to the Otutsuki is the fact that they're like they live in like another dimension, right? I believe it's been said, or maybe we speculated that. Um, but regardless, the crazy thing is that they go around and they devour these planets. They're obviously from a different planet themselves, so I guess that just means that there's. It seems to me that there's a lot of planets with life out there, right? Um, Now, I don't know if they're all humanoid humans kind of thing. Like, do they seed planets or something too? Do they go and like put people on planets just to like, you know, start their growth and then they come back, thousands of years later? Because I think they live for a long time, right? And let like the humans like spread across the planet and then they plant their divine tree and suck all the life out of the planet and kill everyone and eat that, I don't know. But it's just crazy to me that there's enough planets out there that have life. Unless, like I said, unless it's something where they don't actually need life, maybe, like we saw like the planet being all healthy and green and stuff, and then we saw it like make it crumble and stuff, right? So maybe the planet itself has like a power that it absorbs, and it doesn't matter whether there's people or animals or trees or anything. Like maybe they could legit go to like Jupiter and do it, or something. Um, but who knows? But that's like the craziest thing is that in the Naruto universe, they're introducing this like intergalactic mission of the Otutsuki, and it's like, does that mean are we ever gonna like what's the future of Boruto, right? Like, or not even Boruto, like if they decided to do another one after Boruto, like what would come next in the story of the Otutsuki? Do we like hunt these guys down across the galaxy and stop them from like pirating these planets, and now we have like our intergalactic shinobi going around fighting in these wars to protect planets kind of thing. I don't know, from these like interdimensional beings. Who knows? I don't know if it'll ever get that far, but it's pretty crazy the concept of these guys who just create this divine tree, eat it, gain more power, and just keep doing that until you just become this ultimate being. And like I said during the opening, I don't know what that means for the rest of the Otutsuki, right? Like, if their will is to do this, does that just mean like the rest of them are going off and doing this? Like this whole time that Code has been doing his thing and Boruto has been growing up and training, are there other Otutsuki out there just going in like a different direction in space, just devouring planets and getting stronger? Are any of those ones, if there are them doing that, are any of those ones close to being this like immortal god being thing that they're trying to achieve, And I mean, like, I wonder what happens when one immortal god being gets jealous of another immortal god being, like what happens when one, like, what if Ishiki got so powerful that he didn't want anyone to rival his strength, right? That's why we already heard that he had Amado like decommissioning and destroying a bunch of his creations because they were stronger than Jigen, right? So like it like would they get jealous of the power and then we have like this god battle where the Otutsuki are fighting each other? It doesn't seem like a very good like civilization they have going on there if that's the case, but I really do wonder about the hierarchy and how that works with the Otutsuki and how many of them are there, and I'm just really fascinated by all that and learning more about it, if we ever do, Um, but yeah, so we have to focus a little bit more on this episode. We had Code, obviously. We learned a little bit of his power, which we didn't really know before, was these claw marks he can make. They kind of look like the band that's on his head that he creates, and he can travel through them. He can even put them on people. I don't even know how he really like gets them on people. He just suddenly had them on her, right? Like I don't think I saw him like scratch, or because they call it claw marks, but it's almost like they just like appeared on her. And same with the other guy earlier too, when we saw some like claws coming out of the guy's chest. Um, so I don't know exactly how he places them, but yeah, seems like an effective strategy to fight with, and that's him limited, right? Like, what is he capable of when he's not limited? What does his power look like? How does a power like that evolve, or does he just get new powers when his limiter is removed, you know? Can he just move quicker? Can he make more of them? Like, what is being limited right now, right? Um, but it's a scary idea that, you know, obviously building him up to be stronger than Jigen. They've been doing that since before too, saying that he's stronger. He had these limiters placed because he respected Jigen and didn't want to be stronger than him and everything. So now he went to this hideout where Boro, like, just some excluded place of Boro followers that they don't even know he's dead yet. Now I don't know how long it's been since Boro died and Jigen died, and that whole Kara arc happened in the world. Who knows? It could have been a week, you know, for all we know, because we just been in filler territory kind of thing. But I think there might have been a time period given from like when Boruto started taking the pills way back then, but I don't remember what they said, kind of thing. But either way, we came to this facility. We awoken not Boro, sorry, Ada, who is, I believe it's the chick from the opening, and she is someone who knows all, supposed to be destroyed by, you know, Jigen wanted her destroyed, but Boro saved her. So I wonder what she knows, and apparently it sounds like she's pretty powerful. So I wonder if she's another one of those like Amado creations that ended up being stronger than Jigen and he wanted destroyed kind of thing. But apparently she knows everything, and, you know, I'm guessing that's gonna be how he figures out like how to remove his limiters, you know? Because it seems like that's part of his goal, is just figure out what he needs to do to remove his limiters, which seems like that's going to lead him to Amado, which is going to lead him into confrontation with Leaf Village, which it seems like he might already know. I mean, he already wants revenge, right? So that's why he already put his mark out there by the Leaf Village and everything, so he can just easily go there whenever he decides he wants to. So, but but yeah. Now to get into this little bit of information about Kawaki saying that Boruto should implant his own karma. Now, is that a translation issue? Or is that like what he means? Like, okay, so my question is does that mean like if Boruto were to put his own karma on Code, one, how does that like defeat Code, right? Because Boruto has someone else's karma on him, yet he still has his own will. So I don't know how putting his own karma on Code would like beat Code, right? So I'm a little confused there. On top of that, do they mean like moving Momoshiki's karma over to Code? Or do they mean like Boruto actually creates his own karma on Code? Which, doesn't that mean it would like, if Boruto were to die, he could then awaken inside Code? Is that what that's supposed to mean? You know? And that's something that the Otutsuki do. How does Kawaki even know that Boruto can pull something like that off? It just seems like it came out of nowhere, and it seems like a little weird. Like, I know Boruto's body is like slowly becoming an Otutsuki, and he's like a certain percentage of Otutsuki now, so maybe because of that he'd be able to, you know? So maybe there's that, but I guess I'm just a little confused at like what putting the karma on him would actually do. And like I said, did the subtitles mess up, and it means like moving Boruto's karma there to like, you know, kill two birds with one stone, get rid of Boruto's karma, which we obviously know doesn't happen because we saw the very first episode and he has it still. So, or are they saying that Boruto should just create one? I don't know. I'm leaning more towards the subtitles just being right and them creating one. I'd be a little disappointed if it was like talking about moving Momoshiki's over to Code, especially because that wouldn't be a good thing because we don't want Momoshiki taking Code's body, right? With how powerful he is and everything. I don't know if that would translate into how powerful Code is. Or, I mean, I don't know if like Momoshiki could utilize Code's strength kind of thing. But for one, that would be a bad thing. Two, we know it doesn't happen because of the first episode where we see Boruto older with the karma still, so we'd already know the result, right? So, but anyway, I guess we're just gonna have to watch more, find out more, see if they talk in the coming episodes about this more, because it seems like Boruto kind of dismissed it for now, where he's like, I'm not gonna do that, you know? And this is where we train and get stronger and handle the situation kind of thing, with our own power, which I do like that aspect. I don't like the idea of Boruto like using these, you know, I mean obviously I think he's probably going to use the karma mark as like a fallback in the future kind of thing, but I like the idea of him like training and getting stronger and min-maxing his own power rather than trying to just abuse this karma mark that he has to try to win over Code. So but yeah, I guess that's all I really have to talk about for this one. Pretty crazy stuff. I'm glad to be into this stuff, even if it is only, you know, 6 more episodes now that we watch this one worth of this stuff. I wonder if that means within these 6 episodes, do we deal with Code that quickly? It feels kind of fast, but maybe we do, or maybe, especially because if they're, I feel like we must deal with Code because with the little bit I know about hiatus, you know, it seems like we might be coming back with potential time skip. So like, I doubt they're gonna leave this open, and I mean, unless they just make Code go into hiding for a bunch of years and then we deal with him when Boruto's older. I guess that could be a thing, but anyway, without speculating too much and using knowledge from outside of the universe of the show to try to like figure out what's going on, I should probably just end it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon where you can see 2 more episodes on there right now. If you want to support the channel and get more content from me, check that out. The early access tier has that. The Patreon show tier has shows that aren't released to YouTube yet, like Better Call Saul and Simpo Gear. So check all that out if you're interested in more content from me. Links are in the description or they should be popping up on the screen. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.